pew.
What up, y'all?
Where's my hat?
I don't know, but you got some serious bedhead going on or something.
I got some Floyd hair going on. Is what I got.
That's what it is, some Floyd hair. Did you look at this morning's live? I can't see the live chat. Talking about Misty's live. That was a good live this morning.
Good live, but we're going to talk about that later. All right, y'all. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's get things a rocking and a rolling. Who we got all up in here? We got Two Family Homestead, Naturally NC, City Girl, Country Heart, Pete's Little Homestead, Cattywampus, Mama Z's, Texas Kitchen in the house.
Papa Z.
Papa Z.
Pew, pew, pew.
Dawn Golf, Cecilia Johnson, Hidden Within Myself, April Hill.
April, so glad to see you. Whoops.
Samson's Farms.
I gotta start over. We require the pew, pew, pews. Pew, 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 pew. You wish.
Linda Jacobs.
That's a new name.
Yep.
Linda Jacobs.
Yep. I gotta get out of that sweatshirt. I'm burning up.
I know. I just turned it off or turned it down. I don't know what I did. Turned it down. I guess I should turn it off.
We're supporting the Broussard Homestead t-shirt tonight. At least I am.
I'm wearing USMC. Nice mugs. I know, right? Which one do I have? I have the birthday mug.
No, you don't. You got the wrong one.
No, I have the birthday party mug. They are, look, if y'all don't, if anybody's looking for mugs for Christmas this year to give to people, I'm going to tell you, it's like the perfect size coffee mug. And I can make jokes about the first one she sent me, which was just enough to tick somebody off. And then when I got these for for my birthday, I was like, this is awesome. I take this mug with me even to work. Like, I'll drink my coffee on the way in.
It's the only coffee mug you even let me drink out of anymore. It's not even my coffee mug. It's a coffee mug to celebrate your birthday. But when I'm like,
hint.
I can get a cup. Can I get a cup of coffee? Bam! Like, I could forget your birthday.
Well, anyway. Because the reason why is because the other coffee mugs that we have are like this, and like I would much rather you have too much coffee than not enough coffee. So I know Cecilia, he never gets it right. Jansen, you always say Johnson. Always.
Look,
or Jensen. He'll say Jensen.
Okay, it's not my fault. Okay, went to the eye doctor the other day. And my prescription's messed up.
Yes,
so
it is very messed up.
You got about 2 more weeks to get your name wrong because that's what it looks like on the screen. I'm sorry. Blame the VA. Welcome to government-run healthcare.
Yeah. Anybody wants government healthcare, just ask a veteran. So anyway.
All right. So we made it through another week. Got everybody. There's the thumb drive I was looking for.
Yes, we do need Big Bear Homestead mugs. That's exactly what we need. That's a good idea. I'll get with you. We'll get some Big Bear mugs. Kiki Gardens, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Did you make it?
Of course I made it.
Or are you just pretending because nobody can see off screen that you made it or not?
Boom. Off the backboard, nothing but net. Mm-hmm. Or nothing but trash bag. Really.
Nothing but trash bag. That's exactly right. So Jason is blind. Yeah, not really. It's all his up close stuff. Like from far away, he can see great.
City girl, would not be opening up that box.
He can see great from far away. His far away vision is great. It's his up close, like reading vision.
D in the house.
What's up, D? D had a really busy week. She is, if you don't know already, D is an amazing party planner. And
Robertson Belly Acres, how's it going?
The local women's club commissioned her to put together their before Thanksgiving tea, luncheon, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And so she had that this past Wednesday. So she, I imagine, is coming up for air now that she's not having to do all that. I need a dab. He sent me a video I gotta show you later. That was really
Mama
funny.
T in the house. All right, so let's go ahead. We've been about here. The stream has been live about 11 minutes. So let's go in and start to dive into today's live stream, or this week's live stream. We told you guys last week that we were going to change some things up, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to talk about certain subjects, and we're going to talk to them for about 15 minutes. So we're gonna talk about something that's kind of relevant right off the bat. Then Robin's gonna do a little bit of an essential oil class.
Oh crap! Oh yeah, they brought it out here.
And then I'm gonna give a class, and then we're gonna start to wind it up. We're gonna do a channel shout out. We're gonna talk about one of our sponsors, and we're gonna kind of recap everything, and then we're gonna have our 45-minute Southern goodbye.
Did you write that up there? No, you didn't. That's funny.
All right, so this is a thing that's kind of like a hot topic that I feel.
Well, it's a hot topic for us. It really bothered us this week seeing this, so we wanted to kind of bring this out. And
really, it's not really just us. You can tell it's bothering other folks out there, but there have been some incidences in Facebook groups attacking homesteaders, getting attacked. People attacking are basically this way of life, and it's by people that are supposedly homesteading also.
That's your first.
It happened in Roots and Refuge group. It happened in, obviously it must have just happened in Doug and Stacy's group, because I've seen Doug and them put something out about it. And then I've also seen it firsthand where I had to kind of, I don't want to say I kind of got involved, but I kind of felt bad because they were attacking late teens, early 20s girls that were hunting.
That generation that we want to be picking up the mantle and running with it, not shying away from it.
I gotta take this off. This needs to get
on real quick before he's distracted right now. So somebody asked me what I'm making. I'm making like a hobo hat, I think is what they're called. It's gonna be like this, but then the back of it is kind of fat and flops over. So that's what I'm making.
Okay, so I'm going to get on this soapbox for a little bit, and to be honest with you, I'm not going to pull any punches, because, this is just the reality of the situation that we're in. We're all not going to look at things the exact same way.
Right.
Being a homesteader doesn't mean you have to hunt, but you shouldn't poo-poo on the folks that are hunting. You can be a vegan homesteader. You can be a vegetarian homesteader. Mm-hmm. All these things don't make you any less of a homesteader. I don't understand the logic, and I don't understand the reasoning behind attacking the individuals or the families, especially children, when they are participating in hunting or trapping or fishing. I don't get it. And we need to circle the wagons, y'all. Our country is divided politically. I get that. I'm not getting into that. So don't even bring it up in the chat, because my mods have been instructed, and y'all start bringing up
political
stuff, either one of their names.
Poof.
Gone. This is not what this is about. But there's a major divide in our country right now, and we need to circle the wagons. We need to love on each other.
Yeah, if nothing else, we should not be attacking each other. We should be.
I end every live stream with "be kind to one another." I don't say that because I think it's going to get me extra views or get me extra subscribers. I mean that. We need to be kind to one another. If you don't like seeing somebody show off their first deer that they harvested, keep on scrolling.
Scroll.
just keep on rolling until you find the post about the tomato plant or the winter garden and stuff like that. Just keep on rolling. You're doing more harm than good.
I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you, when I scrolled the other day, one of the hot topics was a dead baby goat. And there were a lot of people that were very, outspoken about that. I mean, I didn't like to see it, but I didn't complain about it. I just keep scrolling. If you don't want to see that, just keep going. There's no good in breaking people down right now. You have to be kind to each other. There are so many people that are going through so many bad things right now. The last thing you need to do is be attacking them for what they believe in. Yeah. I mean, that's just wrong.
Well, not only is it wrong, but how are you going to learn? That person that you may attack may be a master gardener from way, way back. Mm-hmm. And you just attacked him because he's also a hunter. And then you start asking questions about what's going on with your tomatoes or your cabbages or whatever. And they're not going to answer you. I mean, if they do, they're a lot bigger and better person than you are. But we need to circle these wagons. We need to start killing each other with kindness and start trying to show a little bit more empathy. Hunting, trapping, and fishing, whether you like it or not, is a part of the homestead community. It's a part of the homestead lifestyle. Plain and simple. Back in the day, when people actually had to homestead to stay alive,
they had to hunt.
Over 90% of their protein came from hunting, fishing, and trapping.
Absolutely. That's exactly
because
right.
They didn't have big herd. The everyday homesteader didn't have big herds of cattle. Mm-mm. They had maybe one family milk cow that would run with a bull, or their neighbor had a bull, and then they would keep the calf. When the calf would get to a certain size, they would slaughter it for them.
But that usually took about a year to grow that calf out. Since you ignored my personal channel, changed clothes, I didn't see your...
I didn't see it. Don't worry about it.
No, well, you do your thing.
And so, they may have raised one hog for their family. They didn't have a breeder set of hogs and 4 or 5 sets of hogs.
No, yeah.
They didn't have all that. At best, they had a flock of chickens. They grew crops, and they bartered and traded, and they may have a dairy cow, or they may have had one pig. They would swap things out and go to a guy who was just doing turkeys and barter with him to get a turkey. I mean, I'm not saying it was all like Little House on the Prairie, mm-hmm. but Michael Landon tried to get it to as true north as he possibly could. But there was still a lot of things that the settlers, the folks that followed Lois and Clark and all the beaver trappers from the East Coast, on this side of the Mississippi, the west side of the Mississippi would not be populated if it wasn't for beaver trappers. Mm-hmm. Because they went out there chasing the beavers, and they went out there and making maps, and they went out there, and then, lo and behold, somebody found some gold. And so then it was a bum rush to get out there. Okay? So there's no real hardcore reason, in my opinion, to try to poo-poo on somebody that is hunting and trapping.
No, there's no, yeah. And just because somebody wants to, that's one of the things Nathan said he saw a debate about back and forth about eating groundhog. At the end of the day, if you're not the one eating it, why does it matter? Unless you know something is going to cause somebody physical harm and you're trying to stop them from causing physical harm to themselves or to somebody else, mind your business.
Because, look, let's take this topic Okay? And let's flip the coin over and look at it from some of these people's point of view when they are talking about poor little Bambi. And they want to see Bambi flourish in the wild. Here is something that a lot of people don't know about. Hunters are the reason why we still have white-tailed deer in this nation. Hunters are the reason why we have wild turkeys in this nation. Both of those animals that are thriving today are here because they almost got hunted out, but it was hunters that are true conservationists brought them back. Now, you don't want nobody hunting the Bambi, and you don't want nobody hunting the deer, you don't want nobody hunting the ducks, anything like that. Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. Deer, raccoons, possums, foxes, coyotes, turkeys, doves, quail, any wild animal, they do not go in
Hey, Shayla.
to the local drugstore, the local CVS or Walgreens, and the bucks do not go in there and buy deer condoms.
Nope.
They don't. There's no such thing. They don't practice that. The girl deer don't go to
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Deer Parenthood. They don't go to the gynecologist for deer and get the pill. That stuff just doesn't happen in the wild.
No.
So you are going to have a population boom. Case in point, my best example ever for that is right here on the Big Bear Homestead. 2016. It was the year of the raptors.
Nope.
Because raptors are federally protected. Nobody touches them. Nobody messes with them. Right? Well, we had a population boom. Population boom equals there was more falcons, hawks, eagles, owls than there was mice, rats, snakes, squirrels, rabbits, their food source.
Right.
So what happened? These birds of prey dive bombed chicken tractors where they literally dismembered themselves to get into our small chicks and baby chickens to be able to get a meal.
To eat. Absolutely. They were breaking wings, breaking legs to be able to get in. So, Living Miracle, what's up?
When you let a animal's population get overpopulated, that's why you have rabies outbreaks. That's why you have distemper outbreaks. That's why you have these flesh-eating diseases that are in a lot of the deer herds throughout the East Coast right now. It's because the population got larger than their food and water and territory could handle, which made deer, coons, whatever, it made these animals start to go hungry, start to starve, which weaken their immune system, which lets these diseases run rampant. Or they start running and all of a sudden you're losing human lives because there's more deer running into trees. I mean, running into trees. Running into cars. And causing accidents.
Kimberly Williams, what's up? Hello.
So, at the end of the day, we need hunting seasons just to keep populations in check. We need fishing seasons to be able to keep populations in check. You don't think that the fish is a big deal? Let me tell you, you've never been around a pond that has rolled over. And what I mean by that, when a pond rolls over, that means the fish population is larger than the oxygen saturation in the water. So these fish literally suffocate to death, and they bloop, 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 and they come rolling up. And you got dead fish everywhere. And it starts to stink.
The Lala Farm, hello. Good evening. We had a couple people come in. Kimberly Williams, Living Miracle. There was a couple of others that I just saw. But welcome, everybody.
Yeah. So, my time is about done. on this section. The next time, look, I'm not saying you have to go out and buy a bow, or you have to go out and buy a deer rifle or a shotgun to be able to go small game hunting. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you see those posts on those groups, and that 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old little girl just shot her first deer, look.
If you don't believe in it, just be quiet.
Just keep scrolling. Don't stop and be an asshat.
What did your mama teach you when you were younger? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Flat out.
Just keep on rolling.
Lost dude, what's up?
Because here's the other thing, okay?
Hey,
everybody that's in my chat box right now that has a blue wrench, they're doing this on a volunteer basis. They also get to help moderate the channel comments. If I'd leave the comments, whoosh, go live, they would be there to help moderate those comments. But I don't do that. Okay? Some of them also are listed as moderators in the Big Bear Nation. These people right here, they have their own lives. They have their own homesteads or their own responsibilities to do things. And same way with the moderators in Roots and Refuges group, Doug and Stacy's group, the Brassards group, everybody that's got a group, they have moderators to help them out. And these people graciously, in the Two Family group, Smudges group, they all have moderators in there, and these people do that out of the kindness of their heart. And so when they start getting overwhelmed with people that are bringing stuff up to their attention because somebody's in there being an asshat because he doesn't like to see, this guy's got his first deer, or this little girl got his first deer, and they're just being nasty. That these wonderful people that take the time out, they have to stop. They usually stop what they're doing, because I'm telling you, a lot of those people that have blue wrenches, they take that job very seriously, and they take that job with honor. And so they stop what they're doing in their lives to do that. Dawn Golf, $5 super chat. Thank you so very much.
She said truth. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for your super chat. We truly, truly appreciate that. That means a lot to us.
The Lala Farm says, or is that I'm assuming that's Lala. Those are words to live by right there. Everyone nowadays has to butt into everyone else's business with the slightest disagreement. And Lonely Prepper said, have a younger friend. The first question she asks guys that ask her out is if they hunt. If yes, she won't go out with them. Yep, she's still single.
And so just keep scrolling, y'all. Okay? In most groups, including the Big Bear Nation, there's no political talk allowed. Okay? And you just keep scrolling. I promise you, your blood pressure will stay low, your stress level will stay low, and you will still have friends.
Yeah, ask them if they know where their food comes from. Probably not.
That's exactly right. And the one thing in the one homesteading group that I was in, and I think it's just labeled homesteading. It's been, that group's been around a while. Somebody actually asked, "Don't you raise chickens? Don't you raise beef? Don't you raise pork? Why you got to kill poor Bambi?" Do I really need to go into the reasons for that? And it was a 14-year-old girl.
And that's what ticked me off.
That just killed her first doe. And that doe was probably 2 years old. They had absolutely had no idea. It was all these folks from up north. They had no idea. That's such a small deer. You killed a baby. You knocked the spots off of that one. The young lady said she was in South Carolina. Okay? Granted, y'all give me enough ration of trash about the size of the deer. I know y'all know that the deer down here don't get that big. One lady up there, from all the way up there in Maine. And I'm like, madam, your deer get as big as moose. Y'all got 300-pound deer up there. We ain't no way. We're lucky if a deer is considered huge if it breaks 200 pounds down here.
I know, right?
So, okay, off that soapbox.
Are you okay, honey? Here's your blood pressure.
It aggravates me because look, there is a lot of things that are going on, and generations are different, and this is a sport. Trapping, fishing, hunting. It's a sport that's kind of getting poo-pooed on right now, but it's a sport that has a million times more benefit than an ass clown putting on a helmet and some shoulder pads and taking a knee during the national anthem. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
This sport, the hunting and the trapping and the fishing, that provides food. It keeps animal populations in check, which keeps everything healthy. So, okay. So, this would be the time that if we had more time before we were setting things up, I would hit a transition and you would go, okay? Bam. So now...
Pat and hello.
Now... Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am turning the microphone over to the essential oil queen, Robin!
All of y'all people who've been around for a long time started to recognize that introduction. We need to bring that one back. Start blowing out people's earbuds again. Okay, so you guys have been begging, and I'm glad. We were going to do this last week, but I think April wasn't here last week. And so we had kind of backed off because April was one of the ones that had really asked about. She said, you got me into doing oils and stuff, and now I have all this stuff and I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, there's a lot of people that are saying that they weren't there for that, and they kind of want to know.
Okay, I'm warning all of you that have earbuds, take them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, YouTube is proud to bring to you the live stream champions of the world. I'm the Big Bear. She's the Mama Bear. And we are the Big Bear Homestead!
I tried to warn y'all. So, now, after all that, I have oils and I don't know what to do with them. Okay, so, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the most basic essential oil that pretty much everybody is okay with using because it doesn't sound scary. And we're going to talk about lemon. So, that scared the poop out of me. See, we've had a turnover of people, so now there's a lot of people that had no idea what was coming. So, oh, it hurts. Robin needs to do an essential oils class once a month. So, okay, so we were going to do that, but what we decided is that the classes that I was doing before, they were super long. They were hour and a half. And if somebody wanted to find that information, they'd have to kind of, go back through that hour and a half to get those, that information. So we're going to do like a small feature in each one of our live streams. And if you notice on our thumbnail, there will be a thing of lemon on there. So each week when we do the live, we will do whatever oil it is. We'll put that on the thumbnail. So you'll be able to know which one it was. And the way we're going to do is it's going to be like the second segment. So it's going to be in about the middle of the live stream. So that's how you'll be able to find this stuff from now on. So we will do a little mini...
Maybe it'll be the middle. Maybe we'll change it up just to keep you guessing.
That is a longer version of what Terry did for Two Family. That's I think where it kind of came from because you were doing that 2 years ago. So, okay. So lemon.
I got that from WWE back in the 90s. I don't even know who Terry is.
No, on Two Families live stream, at the beginning of their live stream, they have him, Terry, Anna's husband.
Oh, I don't even see that. I always get there late now.
Yeah, so, all right. So, lemon. It looks like a lot of people have lemon, so this ends up being a good one because pretty much everybody's either familiar with it or has it on hand. So, the things that are really important about lemon, if you want a really in-depth kind of like the history behind it, where it comes from, all of that stuff, we have several classes. Like if you go back and look at the playlist, you can find those, and they're very in-depth conversation on those. But for this one, we're just going to kind of like hit the base points. So the very first thing you need to know about lemon is that it is actually made from the rind, not from the fruit itself. And it's cold pressed. So they actually press the rind to be able to get the oil. They extract it from that. So it's not steam distilled the way that some of the other stuff is. It's a cold press for the extraction. Now, the other thing that's super important about lemon, if you are going to use this topically, so if you're going to put it on your skin for some reason or another, this has photosensitivity, meaning that you don't want to be out in the sun when you've used it. I have read nightmare posts about people who used lemon for something or another, and then they went to the tanning bed, or they went outside and went and worked in the, in the garden, and they end up getting super burned. Another thing is that even if you don't get super burned, you're exposing yourself to more UV, and so you don't want to like get skin cancer or anything like that. So be very careful when you're using lemon to make sure that you're not outside, fairly, or within a couple of hours of that. You want to make sure that you're not using the lemon and being outside at the same time. So why is lemon so popular? Does anybody have any idea why lemon is as popular as it is? Because everybody uses lemon, right? We use it in our drinks. We use it for things to smell clean, right? Lemon is actually very good for purifying things, and also like as a disinfectant-ish kind of thing. It has those properties. You can use it in any kind of, like we make our own Castile soap. You could put the lemon in that, and it will help to clean things. It's very, very good as a degreaser. If you've ever taken, I know people who will take just a lemon rind and flip it over and use just not the white side, but the other side, to be able, the actual yellow side, to be able to clean stuff, because it does really well with degreasing stuff. Detoxing is a huge one. So it's a diuretic. It does have diuretic properties. If you use lemon in your water, you will pee like crazy, right?
Like a boss. Yes.
You will definitely pee all the time. It is good as a detoxing, alkalinity. It does do that and neutralizes and that's a good point. So, you can tell the people who've been in my classes before. So, one thing with lemon, if you're going to put it in a drink, do not put it in a plastic bottle, plastic cup. Don't use a plastic straw. It will eat through it. I actually used to use lemon in my water, and I had it in a styrofoam cup. And when I went, and I didn't know any better at the time, when I poured it out, I had a ring around where the water was, and you could see where it had eaten away at the styrofoam. So not only will it eat away at your cup, but it will also, you'll leach some of those chemicals and you'll be drinking that stuff, and you really don't want to do that. Mimsy, that's absolutely right. So just like it's a degreaser, it's also like a Gooby Gone kind of thing. You can use it on sticky stuff. So like if you have a mason jar that has a sticky sticker on it, and some of it gets stuck on there, you could take just a little bit of that oil, rub it on there, and it will pull it off. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, note to self, do not drink it at work. Absolutely. If you cannot readily go to the bathroom, it is not a good idea. Let's see. It also helps. Yes, it does help with, there's some back and forth about that, but they have done some studies where lemon oil does help to regulate blood sugar a little bit, so it can help you with that. Can you put that oil in your water to help you pee? I would think so. It will definitely help with that, because I know, it's, and Mama Z, with what you've got going on, and Dee, you're in here, Deanna, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that lemon oil will help with some of the things that she's got going on, because I was going to say that to her in a private polo, and I forgot. Yes, April, stainless steel. That was another reason why I was so excited about when I got my stainless straws, because even your lid on your stainless cup is plastic. So when you tip that up to drink, your lemon oil is still getting on that lid. And so I had some lids that were starting to get, like, on the bottom, you could see where it had hit there. So you had to be really, really careful. So when I got my stainless steel straw, now I can drink straight out of the stainless straw, and it's good to go. It's fine. So do not drink it before do not drink it before exercising. Does it help with a cough? It can. It can help. What it really can do is help break up some of the congestion and stuff that's going on. So that's a good one. Does it help with blood pressure? I believe so. It is, I want to say it's a blood, what's it called? Dilator, I think. Help me out here. Yeah, juniper berry will help if you want to purify over your kidneys. Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, I would think that the lemon oil would help with Mama Z. So lemon is one of those that, like, and now one thing I will say, and let's cover this real quick. Don't, if you're going to ingest an oil, make sure that it is, make sure that it is a reputable company and it's not been, watered down or something added to it. A good way to find out if you can ingest it, vasodilator, that's what I needed. Thank you. Lemon, at least through doTERRA, because that's who we use, you will find supplemental facts on the label. And it's one good way to know if you can ingest it. So with lemon, you have supplemental facts on the side of the bottle. So I know that it's good to ingest. The stuff you get at Walmart, not so much. Be careful if you're ordering from Amazon. I know people who have ordered doTERRA through Amazon, but it wasn't the full oil. And I'm going to tell you why. This lid right here with this little black thing, you can buy these without the seal broken by itself. You could take that oil, fill it halfway or whatever with coconut oil or whatever you want, and put a new lid on it, screw it on there, and it'll look like a brand new bottle. So if you're going to buy from Young Living, doTERRA, anything like that, make sure that you know if you're buying it off of somebody from Amazon.
I wouldn't even risk buying it off of Amazon.
Yeah,
Get it from a reputable dealer.
Make sure that you get it from somebody who's an actual wellness advocate or whatever the different terms are. Make sure that it's somebody that's actually, because you don't want to take any chances. You know, because that, I don't think people realize how easy it is to buy these caps. You can buy a brand new cap, put a new one on, and you're none the wiser. So, and with something like lemon, it smells like lemon. It's such a strong smell that you couldn't even like smell it and be like, oh, well, that's not exactly right. You know, so you have to be really careful. Lemon water will dissolve kidney stones. So there's all kinds of different uses for excuse me, for lemon oil. It's definitely one that you should have around. It is good to be able to do disinfecting with, to clean with. I've seen a couple people say they put it in their shampoo for their hair. But again, I will say, be very careful with that photosensitivity, making sure you're not getting outside and getting in the sunlight too much. So, does anybody have anything to add?
Or questions? Hey, while we're waiting on those questions to come rolling in through the chat, there's like 44 people in here. Let's go ahead and 31 thumbs up. Let's go ahead and hit them thumbs up or thumbs down. You know, let us know what you guys think about what we're doing, what you guys think about the new format for the live stream. Let us know. We take that kind of feedback, you know, to heart. So go ahead and smash those thumbs up, y'all.
Yeah, Mullen tea can help with a cough. There's a lot of different protocols and different things that can help with a cough.
Well, I'm going to, let me share my experience with this lemon oil. I love the lemon. One, I love lemon in my tea.
Yeah.
Okay. Two, that stuff will clean. You know, look, guys, let's have a dude moment. Okay. Let's say that you're trying to clean a part.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to replace the water pump. You're trying to replace something. Okay. And that stubborn gasket. Mm-hmm. You just can't get it off. And you and I both know when you replace, especially on a water pump, you got to take that old gasket. You got to get that thing off of there. Mm-hmm. Okay? Or your new one's not going to seal properly, and you just wasted a couple of hours, maybe even a day, depending upon the car that you got. Mm-hmm. A couple of drops of that lemon oil on that stubborn part where that gasket won't come off. Boop, boop. Now, you do have to be careful, okay? Because it is corrosive. Mm-hmm. Once you get that gasket off, you got to clean that puppy. You got to get it off there good. All right? Because it will kind of eat away. Now,
what have you learned about how you neutralize an oil? You don't use water.
See? Why you got to bring that up?
I'm not.
You just brought that up.
I'm not bringing up the exact moment. Do not use water to wash it off. You need to use another oil, like a vegetable. Just take some vegetable oil and splash it on there real quick so that you can neutralize that. And then you can go and do your water, because water and oil don't really mix. So you want to wipe it off real good and then maybe flush it with some hot water. But you don't want to... I don't care how my mechanic gets it off as long as he does. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I used to fuss at him because I would find a bottle of lemon oil in the wood shop. Well, what are you doing? He's like, well, I had to get grease off my hands. That's another one. Getting grease off your hands.
And you'll also find cuts very fast when you're... Because look, I mean, we're dudes, right? We're tough. We can cut our leg off with a chainsaw. We just got to put some dirt on it. We'll be all right.
Right.
Okay? So sometimes when we're underneath Mama's car, because she almost locked the motor up because she thinks that the oil light's supposed to get brighter when it comes on.
I don't even drive it anymore.
And you had to use an impact to get the dadgum, and what's up with how come oil filter wrenches are no longer a thing?
Back it up. We're not even talking about that right now.
Oh, my bad. But you gotta buy these stupid
Okay. So you get grease on your hands. You can use the lemon oil.
And you know that wrench on that. I'm getting there. That wrench is gonna slip. So you gonna bust a knuckle, or you gonna get some type of cut on your hands, right? You're gonna get oil and grease all over your hands because, cars are oily and greasy and nasty. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, cuts get found real quick.
You start trying to look, and this does a lot better than lava soap on a rope. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. But it will get that grease and stuff off, but you will find exactly where those cuts are really quick.
Crystal said, I got 2 oil filter wrenches. Yeah, hijacker. I know, right? I love what Deanna said. She said, I had a whole stock of oils that were just Chris's when he had the gun shop. Absolutely, because I can imagine that cleans stuff up good. And another good thing is it is a good conditioner to put on wood. We used to use it when we were polishing, when we would make our own wood polish. We would put the lemon oil in there as well. And that is awesome.
Yeah, and you can also use it to help clean and disinfect cutting boards.
Yes, that's another thing you can use. So, and that's one thing that we've done in the past is you take a little bit of coconut oil and a little bit of lemon oil, kind of mix it together, and you can coat your wood cutting board with that, and it's an antibacterial, so it will kill bacteria.
Because look, we all know that, you start cutting a lot of chicken or pork or beef or deer or beaver or whatever, you start doing a lot of stuff on wood cutting boards, they get stained. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
Now, you can just get a lot of folks will tell you to take a lemon and then take some kosher salt and go in circular motions like that all around your cutting board, right? Well, look, that does work. Okay?
But what if you don't have
lemons? Works like a boss, okay? But here's the thing. This stuff is like concentrate, okay? Because I don't know how they get the lemon oil in there. I don't care. I'm a dude. I don't care how it gets in there as long as it's in there, right? I got a job for this stuff. I need to get it done. I don't care how stupid stuff got in there. She can tell you how it got in there. Me, I don't care. You can take this stuff with that lemon, okay? Add a couple of drops, and that'll save you 3 or 4 times doing it because it's like 8,000 lemons inside. There's probably like 800 million inside this jar, and one drop's probably like 8,000 lemons. That's how concentrated it is. But it'll help you get that stuff off of there.
Yes, and it'll smell good.
And then you can retreat it with your conditioner or whatever.
So Mama Z wanted to know, only a couple drops, Mama Z. You really don't need, like in my big, whatever that is, 30 ounce, the big stainless cups, I put like 4 or 5, so maybe only 2, I would think. The dozer's in the core, pound a screwdriver through the filter and turn it off.
Look, I was like that close.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, over the cutting board. Yep. Yes, but I cleaned it. So Dee said that she lost her jar opener when her husband lost his wrench. He used the jar opener. That cracked me up. Yes, lemon oil does cut soap scum.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Why? Well, just why?
Why what?
Why do you women want to come out there, take our tools, and use them for things that they're not meant for? That wrench is not meant to open up a jar. Just like a standard screwdriver.
She said the other way around. He grabbed her jar opener because he couldn't find his wrench.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he said, but at least I cleaned it.
He cleaned it. Unlike y'all that take a screwdriver to bust the ice up and then leave the screwdriver in the ice tray.
That is not me. Not me. Lemon oil will clean a stain off of plastics like a juicer lid stained with carrot, a drop of in the paper towel and it writes what. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah. So.
Okay, now your turn. You guys send it back to me.
Okay, so let's go back to you. I don't do the crazy introductions, so. All right.
So gotta work on that one. All right, back to me. So
now it's Jason's turn again. I'm gonna go back to crocheting now.
Or you could go back.
I know! Men have better razors, just saying. I don't buy a woman's razor anymore. Just use
coffee.
Jason's. No, I'm not. It's almost time for us to wrap this
Go get me
up.
some coffee.
This thing can hurt.
You better come big.
Poke your
Big or
ear.
go home. All right, so there was the wonderful Robin with her wonderful essential oil class. I'm telling y'all, I love the lemon. But let's get real for a minute, okay? It's winter time, okay? I know I went off on a little bit of a tangent a few minutes ago about trapping and hunting. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down. Anyway, and so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about.
I just figured something out real quick. Kim and Howard are, I bet they're, Kim and Howard, are y'all together and are y'all used to be at one channel together. How do I do on my first row? Look, it's this many. Sorry. If you don't know that's how I am, and now you know. Sorry. You tried to hijack mine. I'm hijacking yours.
I did not. We were waiting for questions, and I was just reiterating the stuff that you said.
Okay.
Yes, they said yes.
Yeah. It's Howard and Kim, like riding with Howard and Kim or something like that. So anyway.
Okay. It's winter time. Some of us have already gotten snow.
Yes.
Okay. With that being said, there's no more berries. If there's some, they're few and far between. Most of your nuts, stuff like that, have fallen and have been eaten up. Acorns have fallen. Pecans have fallen.
Squirrels are starting to
take stuff away. They're starting to, less daylight. So they're going to bed earlier. Some of your field mice and rats and stuff like that, they're kind of hunkering down in for the winter.
They're going deep. They're burrowing down and getting to where that temperature is a constant 50 whatever.
Your snakes are cold-blooded, so they're going away. You're not going to see as many snakes anymore, if any. Your fish are going deeper. So what does that mean? Well, for homesteaders, that means that the predators, your foxes, your raccoons, your possums, your birds of prey, your coyotes, your bears, they're going to be still out on the prowl looking for food, stuff to eat. And in their mindset right now that they're in, the less calories that they can burn to get said food,
the better.
The better. We've been seeing a lot of posts in groups, people asking about predator control. About, something came in and killed a bunch of my chickens. Something came in and done this and this. So tonight I want to kind of focus in on two of the probably most popular ones that are going to get your chickens. And that's either going to be the possum or the raccoon. If you go out to your flock and every bird is dead, that's 9 times out of 10. That's not coons or possums. That's somebody from the weasel or the mink family. Now, unless you have a large population of coons in the area and you had a pod come in, and when there was like 10 or 15 coons that came in there. One of the biggest tattletale signs that it was a coon or a possum is the head will be gone, the neck will be stripped, the chest cavity of your bird will be ripped away, and most of the entrails will be gone. The bird will be left. Okay? So that's a good tattletale sign that it's a coon or a possum. Most of the time, your coons and possums both will climb up and over if you don't have any type of roofing over your coops or pen areas. If you do, they may dig, but a coon will try to grab the wire
and pull it.
You know, he may jump on top of the coop and try to pull the roofing away. A raccoon will usually put a hole about the size of a basketball into something. Okay, I've seen where raccoons have climbed up on top of houses, ripped the shingles away, grabbed a hold of that OSB, and just started rocking it because they got the little digits down in there until they were able to start breaking it away to be able to get in there. Okay.
So Howard said they've lost 9 over the last 2 months. He said, but their chickens were gone. No feathers.
No trace of the
nothing. No trace of the chickens.
All right. So you are probably dealing with an owl or a canine or a big cat.
A two-legged
person. But we're not going to try to go that way. Your canines, foxes, red or gray, your coyotes, your neighbor's dog, they will try to come in, grab that bird,
take off.
Now, I suggest going and walking around at least 100 yards. Do a complete circle around your chicken coop. I don't know if Cattywampus is still in here, but one of the very first things when we went out there to assist them with is they were getting hammered. They had a raccoon and a fox coming in. And it was just a few minor adjustments that they had to do.
And if you haven't seen that, like, it was a cool video because they have trail cam footage of them coming in.
Both the gray fox and
the raccoon. Yeah. They're inside a dog cage with a top on it with electric fence. That sounds like a two-legged predator.
You can't say that.
I know. We've seen a raccoon and have been smelling a skunk. Ugh.
A skunk is not going to tote them off.
That's different. No,
the only thing that's going to tote them off is going to be your bobcats, your foxes, your coyotes. Your gray fox will climb. Okay? They will climb. They'll also dig. So that'd be something to look around. And to be honest with you, it doesn't have to be a very big hole. I know you're thinking that if it's a fox, it's going to have to be a hole the size, of a basketball or something.
Nope.
But not really. All he has to do is get his head through. Yeah. Once he gets his head through, the rest of his body he is determined enough to get the rest of his body through. And what did he say?
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay. And so.
See? Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Howard, if you want to send me an email, I can help you via email to be able to try to help eliminate this thing, if you can. Trail cams are a wonderful, wonderful blessing. Okay?
Yep. And they're not super expensive either nowadays. Like, you can get one on Amazon pretty...
Yeah. And put them high. Put them high looking down. Because if it is a two-legged predator, high looking down, most people don't look up. Jason from Cattywampus, who is an awesome police officer,
will tell you
that. Okay, most people don't look up.
Yeah.
So, back to you coons and possums. Okay? So, you go out there and you find a dead chicken, no head, neck gone, chest busted out, all the entrails and stuff gone. You're like, dadgummit. You know, old fat Big Bear just told me about that. So, what do? All right? Now, I'm going to introduce you to a style of trap that my daughters can set. And they were able to set it at a very early age. Now, the one that they brought me tonight is one that...
It's not the one he's talking about.
It's not really... it's the same concept. But it is a little bit more difficult to set. The Freedom brand of this trap is very easy to set. It has a flat plate on it that you can literally step on to set the trap. Mm-hmm. Okay? And the trap that I'm talking about is it goes by many different names. I mean, that's just like America, ain't it? We got 20 names for the same thing. Okay?
It's like that in granite.
Now who's hijacking? This is called a dog-proof trap, a coon cuff. Those are the two most popular names for this style of trap. Now, this trap right here is a Duke coon cuff. Okay? It's still got some coon hair in it. This is what they call a target-specific trap. Okay? The only thing you will catch in this trap is a raccoon, a possum. I've heard rumors about a skunk.
Never seen it.
Never seen it, but basically any one of those critters that can grasp. Okay? And here's the reason why. Alright. In each one of these traps, I don't know if you'll be able to see it down in there.
Hold on.
You see that trigger right in there?
Stop moving it. They can see that.
Okay, you see that trigger down in there?
Right there. Yep. See
I'm moving it right there. Okay? Now, on this Duke style trap, the only way to get this trap to fire is because you set it. Okay? Here's the back. Here's the back of that trap, that trigger right there. Okay? And so how you set it is you slide that dog, which is called a dog, which is this bar right here, in there. Okay? Now, when Ricky Raccoon or Mr. Possum come in here and they grab that trigger that's down in there.
Good night, piggers.
Okay? You can see it good right there. They literally have to grab a hold of it and pull it up. Now, once they do that, okay, that sets off the trap. Now, another thing. And how you catch them is it's literally like a handcuff. See that?
That wire.
That wire right there? That literally locks down on his arm. Now remember, his hand's going to be in there. So it's going to be a deep, what they call a deep catch, deep elbow catch. Okay? So that way it stops the critter from chewing on any of the... If it's a possum, he's just going to lay down. Okay? He's just going to lay down. He may make what they call a catch circle on you where he runs around for a little bit and he may dig up some dirt. Most of the time the possum just lays down and he's just like...
Just chills.
Whatever.
He takes a nap.
You know, your raccoons, they'll make a big catch circle. They'll flip out, blah, blah, blah. Okay?
They'll climb up a tree with it if you're not careful.
Yes, they will climb up a tree. And then you have them. Okay? This is a great trap as a homesteader because a lot of us, 99.9% of us, have dogs.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
A lot of us have cats. Okay?
You can use this without worrying about your cat or your dog.
Or even catching, you can put it up there around your chickens and put it around your chickens and you don't have to worry about your chickens. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, this one is called a pull trigger on the Duke. The Freedom brand, the one that I strongly suggest for homesteaders, is what they call a push-pull. So if he pushes down too far on it,
it'll get him
it'll
too.
fire. And if he grabs it, it'll fire.
Right. Either way. That's how you end up catching one with two hands.
But again, this is what they call a target-specific type of trap. That way, you only catch what you're going for.
And the nice thing about these is they're very affordable. They're like $13 or something like that. And the thing is don't buy them when you need them. You want to have them like just sitting in a corner somewhere. No different than having a screwdriver, having both kinds of screwdrivers. You got to always make sure you have both in your tool set. Mm-hmm. This is something you want to have just sitting in the corner somewhere, so that the minute that happens, you can go into your shop, go grab it, set it, and walk away.
Now, your Dukes already come painted brown, so you don't really have to do anything to them. The Freedom brand, I do suggest that you go straight to the car wash when you get them, or if you have a pressure washer them off, because they do come with a protective grease.
Yeah, they have a grease on
them, but just pressure wash that off. You can paint them. I paint mine. When I paint them white. Mm-hmm. The reason why I paint them white is it makes them stand out in the dark, which is also a attention grabber for said coon or
for the
possum.
Ones at night. Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, it is a preparedness item. It's something that, right? That's what I believe.
Now, when you get this trap, it comes like this. Okay, it has this swivel on the end of it. And then this swivel here, and then you put this part into the ground. And I like to angle mine kind of like that. Okay, almost like at a 45. You have this plate back here. Both of them have it that you can put a stinky on it, lure or something like that. I always suggest anise extract. You can buy that at the grocery store. If you want to buy the fancy coon lure and stuff from us, I'm not going to turn you away, but I'm just being honest with you. You don't need it when you're going after coons and possums at a homesteader. You can grow anise yourself and use it. Okay?
Make your own extract. Now, how I secure my trap, because if you just have this swivel, right, and you just decide to stick a chunk of rebar down through here, he's going to pull it out. Okay? Especially that catch circle.
Yeah. I like to take airline cable, whatever size you're comfortable with. I would, I think this is the 1/4 inch. I think this is about the smallest as I would go. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I would run it through the hole that's in this swivel, mm-hmm. lock it down, okay, and then I would make another loop and lock it down on this end. So then that way I can go around any tree, fence post, pole, whatever, as long as it's something that he can't get up and off of. Okay? And then you just loop it down on itself to cinch it down on said tree. Okay?
It makes them really quick and easy to set.
You could set this puppy in about 2 minutes. Okay? Mm-hmm. With the Freedom brand. And 2 minutes is being generous. Okay?
Yeah.
Set it, boom, and then you're done. So you're protecting your flock. You're going to get rid of that predator. And, some people like to eat raccoon. I like it barbecued. Don't really have a good recipe. The only good recipe that I have for a possum is to take the cavity, stuff it full of oranges, your favorite vegetables, stuff like that. Put it in the oven. Bake it at 350 degrees for about 3 or 4 hours. Pull it out, throw it all in the trash can.
You had people that were actually listening to you for a second there.
Mm-hmm. Or feed it to the pig. But this is definitely a must have for every homesteader. Now, what do you bait it with? Okay? Well, Lost Dude just put in there what type of bait. there is no wrong answer to that question.
Nope.
Okay? I can catch raccoons all day long by just putting dry cat food in here.
Nope.
I can catch them all day long by going to the dollar store and putting black licorice in here. Marshmallows, hard-boiled eggs, egg shells. Okay? You can take, if you're a fisherman and you have any rubber crawfish, you can put a couple of them in there. Try to get them below the trigger on the Duke, so that way he has to pull it up. On the Freedom brand, you can just let it sit there on the top. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then put the anise extract on it. Okay? Now, another thing that you can do, save your pickle jars. Okay? Now, ladies, this is not for the faint of heart, what I'm getting ready to say. Okay?
Yes, you can use cat food for bait.
Howard, your email just came in, brother. I will read over it, and I'll probably get back to you tomorrow or Monday. If you fish, if you fillet your fish, or even if you don't, if you just got them, take those fish guts, the heads, if you fillet them, take the rest of the body, stick it in that
pickle jar.
When that pickle jar gets full, cover it with saran wrap, put the lid back on, stick it up high on a roof somewhere during the summertime, and let it cook. Okay? It will go down and become an oil.
It'll ferment.
Okay? Now, it's going to stink. I'm going to tell you that much right now. But it's going to have that fishy smell to it. Mm-hmm. And you can then take an old hydrogen peroxide bottle that you can get at Walmart for like 89 cents. Once all the peroxide is gone, rinse it out real good. Okay? And then pour that fish oil in it. And then you got a squeezy bottle. And so then you
make sure you label said bottle.
One time.
Make
time.
sure. Because then your whole house smells so bad.
Been married 15 years next week. You don't label something one time. But you can spray that around the area where you got the trap, and that's going to attract him by his nose. Okay? And then the rest is just game over.
I mean, to be quite honest with y'all, that is because raccoons love fish. They will eat fish. And so the thing is that smell becomes so concentrated that it's a good, almost like what Jason usually calls like a long distance call. Like it's the raccoons can smell it for quite a while and it can draw them in. Can you cover something real quickly? And I know this is just a small thing, but can you kind of, for those of us in here that don't know the difference between a lure and a bait?
Okay. A lure is you're trying to get that critter's attention. Your lure is a stinky. Okay? When you go out to battle any type of creature in the wild, whether you're deer hunting or you're trapping, you have to go against all of their senses. Okay? Animals have a heightened sense of smell, hearing, and eyesight for the most part. Okay? So you have to combat those things. And you have your own stinky stink that you carry with you all the time. Okay? So your lures is you are trying to get their attention via their nose. Mm-hmm. Okay? So that's why you want to use the anise oil, the fish oil, those kinds of things. And look, I know it may sound disgusting to make that fish oil, but let me tell you something. Okay, the fish oil that you can buy at trapping supply companies.
It's usually like salmon oil or something.
It's salmon oil, okay? and it's super expensive.
And we don't, at least around here, salmon is not something that we can, it's not something that's, around here. So it's going to kind of smell a little bit. That's the other thing, is when you're using fish that you've caught in your area, it's a scent that they're familiar with. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be like, ooh, what is that smell? Like, yes. Because a lot of times if they smell something that they're not familiar with, it might cause them to boogity and go the other direction.
Yeah. Skunks are not blind. They can see, but they are more far-sighted. They can't, or is it nearsighted? Yeah. Whatever which one is, they can't see a long distance off. It's got to be kind of
they're
close.
Far-sighted. Or they can't see far.
They have a very hard time.
So they're nearsighted then.
Seeing far off. Now, you don't want to mess with traps. You don't want to go down that road.
Out of garden. Hello.
Okay. All right. I got that. I respect that. Okay. But there are some things that you can do that are called deterrents. Mm-hmm. Okay. Electric fencing is one. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we're going to come back to that one because that's going to help us segue into the next section.
Welcome,
hi,
Mary
Ranch. Thank you for coming by. Motion activated security lights, and they're out there in the market. They're extremely hard to find anymore, but motion activated sprinklers. Okay, because you got to remember, these wild critters play the game of survival
every day. They're not waiting for a call from CBS to go out on some island somewhere where they can get voted off. They play this game for real every day. Good night, Mama T. Thanks for coming by.
So they're extremely cautious. They're extremely aware. So if they take a step out and a light comes on, they're going to backpedal. Okay? They take a step out and water comes out and it reaches out and touches them. They're going to boogity. Okay? But these things only work for a short amount of time. Okay? Joseph, give me just a second, buddy. Then they're going to figure it out. Okay? They're going to figure out it's really not going to do them any harm. So that may work for you for a little while. Okay? Now, when it comes to those plastic owls and those plug-in noisemakers, can y'all just send me that money?
Right?
Because that stuff does not work at all. Okay? Because what's going to happen is that raccoon's going to sit back there and he's going to see said plastic owl. And he's like, okay, well, the owl don't see me, so I'm going to watch him for a few minutes. And when said owl doesn't move, he's going to be like, decoy. And he's going to come right in. There's also, those don't work either, Lost Dude. There's also, I've heard things about putting out other animals' feces and urine. Okay?
Oh, God.
Don't. Okay? At the end of the day, if you go and if you somehow are able to get your hands on from the zoo, which it's illegal all the way around, they're not going to give it to you. But let's just, you are able to go get some feces from a larger cat and you try to put that out there. Okay? To all the other animals out there, that's just a cat that ain't pooed in a while. Okay? And they may be cautious, but it's not going to stop them. Okay? And then you just opened up a can of worms that you could really do a lot of damage to that ecosystem, hence the reason why it's illegal. But at the end of the day, remember, all the deterrents in the world, you could go, like we have a predator resistant chicken coop video. I even think I called it predator proof to play on the words. There's no such thing as a 100% predator proof chicken coop 100% of the time. It's just not going to happen. Now, we pretty much made one that's almost like Fort Knox. Okay, And the reason why it works so well, remember, I'm making that predator have to burn more calories than it's worth if he is able to get his hands on said chickens.
Hey, Sydney, what's up?
Okay? And so that's one of the major games about it. Okay?
Good night, Jason.
Have a chicken coop that you can put your birds in at night that they cannot get in. Okay? One, they may pay...
That the predators can't get in.
The
not
predators.
that the chickens can't get in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, they may look at it and they may do a walk around it a few times, but at the end of the day, they're going to look at it and go, you know what? I got to burn too many calories to get in here. Just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, another deterrent that you can use is electric fencing. Okay? Which brings us to our final section of our live stream. And we're like way over. So we kind of failed by our timeline this week, and I'm so sorry. Even though I sounded like Bill Clinton right there, it's okay. Where we are going to highlight one of our sponsors this week. And this week that we are, the sponsor that we are highlighting, they have been really good to us, is Gallagher Electric Fencing. Okay? The Gallagher fencing is phenomenal. Okay? Right off the bat. They have the chicken net fencing. We are going to be doing a video about ours here pretty soon. We have had the chicken net fencing for almost a year. Okay? And you guys, if you've been around a while, you know that I don't just get something and within a week I put a video out. I use it for a minimum of 30 days before I put something out. Okay? Now, we used to use a lot of Premier One stuff, okay?
And I know that's the one that everybody always talks about.
And I know that's the big boy on the block, okay? But I'm going to be honest with you. All my Premier One fencing, especially the Chargers, they wouldn't make it a year, okay? Within 6 months, I'm replacing the Charger, you know? And within... a year or two, the netting's not worth anything. Okay? Mm-hmm. I am at a year with the Gallagher poultry fencing. It's still like, it looks like the day we pulled it out of the box. The same charger is still walloping a punch. And when I say a punch, I mean a punch. Okay? Now, the key about electric fencing, okay, is it's gotta tag them, okay? Because if it doesn't tag them, if it just gives them a little zizzy, they're gonna be like, But if they're hungry enough, they're gonna keep on going.
Right.
You want something that's going to hurt, okay? And because pain, you know,
it's just like those calories, not wanting to. It's a deterrent.
It's a deterrent. And, you know, I always used to joke with Blaze because sometimes he would be doing something just completely stupid. And I'd be like, how do we learn lessons? And he'd be like, through pain. You know, but in the animal kingdom, when they get that lesson of pain, they don't forget about it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then they'll go, okay, wait a minute. It was borderline with the calories before, but when I touched that fencing to try to get over it or go under it or go around it, it bit me.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. And they're going to keep on going, okay? Now, if you get a population boom and these guys are starving to death, all bets are off, okay? If you've reached a point to where there's more raccoons than there is natural food, you're going to lose chickens. You might as well get traps out and sit out with an AR or something.
Yep.
Okay?
Because that's where your overpopulation comes into.
But the Gallagher fencing is phenomenal.
What's up, Pooper Scooper?
Yeah.
He said I use the same concept with children.
Okay. Now, Joseph, you said that you had a question about
it's right here.
an old firearm.
45-75 Winchesters misfiring. Bake a leg and let's dig it.
Check your firing pin. I'm going to take a look at your firing pin and go from there. I am not a gunsmith. but that would be the first thing I would check. Palmetto Paratrooper would be another one that'd be good to chime in on this.
And
Lonely
Deanna's...
Prepper would be a good one. Deanna, Naturally NC, her husband. Deanna, if Chris is home, maybe he can come in here and help with that one.
Okay, so I want to address something.
Okay.
A comment. I would love to try Gallagher, but it is expensive. When you're doing electric fencing, you need to look at it as an investment. I know that our society is very much a throwaway kind of society, but I will tell you that one of the absolute biggest selling points for me with Gallagher's chicken fencing is that if you have a post that gets broken or something happens to the post, they actually have replacement.
Well, they also actually have a guarantee, like a 1-year guarantee on all their stuff.
But not just that, even after that.
Yeah.
They have replacement pieces that you don't have to chuck the entire fence and start over. You can buy these replacement poles and redo the fence and not have to buy a whole new one. That's a huge difference from the competitor.
Yeah.
Because the competitor, once you start breaking poles, you might as well throw the dang thing away.
Yeah. And like with the Premier 1, some of their kits is the 2-prong. Some of them is 1. The Gallagher's is 2. Okay? And they're easy to step on to be able to put them down. They've got a solid step in. It's not a little tiny piece to be able to step in.
Yeah, it's a
base.
2-prong.
Okay?
Hey, country girl, what's up? So, yeah. If they hurt, they won't do it again. If they do it again, it didn't hurt enough the first time. Yep. Exactly. That's exactly right.
All right, so we come to the final section here where we've done our sponsor shout out for the week. You guys, Gallagher has a tremendous amount of, and they're not just only electric fencing. They have a lot of cool stuff there for them on their site. Please use the link that my mods are giving out or the one that is up there, because Gallagher do keep track of stuff and it will help us out. All you've got to do is pretty much go to the website on that one and we'll get the credit for it.
Right.
If you do buy something, please let me know. We do get a little bit of a commission, not much to write home about, but we do get a little something. First time here in the live. Thank you for having me. Well, thanks for coming, Break a Leg.
Bake a leg.
Bake a
leg and let's dig it.
Let's dig it, Homestead. Thank you guys for coming.
Farmer Meemaw.
So this is the spot that we're going to start to do every week where we're going to give a channel shout out. Okay? We're going to pick a smaller channel and we're going to shout them out, and hopefully you guys will go over there and check them out and show them some Big Bear love.
Awesome.
Some nation love. Okay, this week I was kind of tossing back and forth who I was going to shout out. Okay, but I made my decision this morning. And what put this channel over the top was the fact that their whole entire live stream this morning was about helping somebody else. Okay? This week's channel shout out goes to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Mama Z did a live stream this morning, Mama Z, correct me if I'm wrong about the title. The live stream was it had something to do with
Thanksgiving.
Something about Thanksgiving. I can't remember exactly what it was. And Mama Z, if you want to, you can put the link to that live stream and your channel in the chat box right now. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to do that. I'm asking you to do that. But her whole live stream, you guys have to go check that out. She's not your typical type of cooking channel. Okay, she kind of focuses in on, and it's great. If you have kids that are getting ready to go to college, make them watch Mama Z, okay? Because she's going to teach them. They won't have to come home to eat, okay? Because she's not doing...
And they won't have to eat ramen noodles for everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She's not going over the top trying to teach people how to do a Gordon Ramsay's thing. She's doing basic stuff. And today she did a Thanksgiving meal, preparing Thanksgiving. Now we all know with the state of how everything is around, a lot of people are not going to be able to gather with family.
Right.
Okay. And how everybody's making the jokes on Facebook about, oh, we seen you buy that 15-pound turkey and we know you only got 3 people in your house. We know you're going to have more than 10 and the police are raiding. All those jokes are good and everything. And they're funny, but we're missing something. And Mama Z hit this nail on top of its head. And she was like Daniel LaRusso when she just drove it in with one pop. And it even got me thinking. Okay? She was able to go to I think it was Sam's, and she found some Cornish game hens on sale. Okay? And she shows you how to prepare these things. But the really cool thing that she did, okay, is she set this meal. I'm not going to tell you. You guys, you have to go watch this. Okay? You have to. She set this up in a way that you could, because she has a couple of neighbors that are seniors. Okay? And they're in these apartments, or they're living by themselves, and because everything's getting locked down, because everything's getting done, these seniors are not going to have the opportunity to have a traditional type Thanksgiving meal. Mm-hmm. They're not going to have anybody that they're able to gather with. They're not going to, so some of them may be eating a bucket of chicken from KFC that got delivered, or a pizza, or something like that. And their morale is going to be down. They're going to be a little upset. They're going to be a little depressed. They're going to feel like they're forgotten about. Mm-hmm. Okay? But watch that live stream. Okay? And you're going to get a really good idea on how to spread some love and caring to people that either don't have anything, or the seniors that are going to feel like they're forgotten. Mm-hmm. And it just blew me away on how she did it. Okay? And I think maybe, and I don't know exactly, okay? But I'm thinking that she did this for probably under about $50. Okay? Maybe even a little bit more. But she's going to be able to take this Thanksgiving plate to probably about 3 or 4 people. Okay? And that is awesome to me. Okay? And that's what put her channel over the top today, to be able to get this channel shout out from us. And I think, with everybody, super terrified about COVID, especially your seniors. And I know I keep coming back to the seniors because I know there's poor folks out there and people that are, scraping by and missing meals. Love, not COVID. Okay, I get that. But seniors are terrified right now because they're in a high risk group when it comes to this stuff. Okay?
Under 20.
That's even better. Mm-hmm. And they're feeling forgotten, because at what best are they getting a phone call? Because a lot of them don't know how to do Zoom. They don't know how to do this kind of stuff. But if you, as their neighbor, can walk up, have a saran wrapped plate, leave it on their doorstep,
ding dong ditch, but in a good way,
and step back and give them their space, and you can tell them from the curb, "Happy Thanksgiving." not only are you going to make sure that that person has a decent hot meal for Thanksgiving, you're also going to make them remember or know that they're not forgotten.
Right, exactly.
That they are still a human being.
Important to somebody.
They're not expendable. Okay? And to me, that is just...
That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. And I pray that there is somebody out there like Mama Z around where my parents are right now. I pray that there's somebody out there like Mama Z that's going to be there when Robin and I get to that stage, you know? Because I'm probably going to be the one that dies first. So I pray that there's a Mama Z out there that can bring this Thanksgiving meal to my beautiful bride when I'm dead and gone, to let her know, to remind her that she's important, that she's a human being, that she's special. Okay? And so y'all go on over there and give Mama Z some love. Watch that live stream. I'm telling you, the way that she did it, you'll be like, why didn't I think of that? Because it's like, it's so out of the box, but so like, duh, you know? It's bloody genius is what it is. Because when you look at the things that she's using to be able to do this, and you're like, bing!
And it's not something, is that my cue to take turkey to your parents? No. No, they'll take care of themselves.
No, my parents aren't there yet, but maybe soon.
You know, I married women live longer than married men if they want to.
So, by all means, please go check out that video, okay?
Very cool.
Because
it'll make you hungry, too.
Well, it will make you hungry.
Which is perfect.
But I hope, not only does it make you hungry in your belly, but I hope it makes you hungry in your heart to go love one another. Okay, and I can't come up with a better segue than for us to end it on how we normally end live streams than that right there. Okay? Because we're always telling you guys to be kind to one another, to love on one another. Mama Z showed that today in her live stream. She's leading by example, y'all. So y'all go check that out. So that's it for tonight. We will see you guys next week. We'll be putting videos out all this week. If you're on our email list, you're missing out. April, you got something coming to you because we've been sending emails out and you have been the only one that has responded
back.
So you, my friend, are getting a surprise gift from us. So be watching for those emails because there's some more stuff coming. Okay?
Especially this week.
And you got to participate. It's not just a notification to get free stuff. You got to participate. You don't participate, your name don't go in the hat. Yeah, I'm the Grinch like that, y'all. So be paying attention to those emails. If you're not part of the Big Bear Nation, hey, come on over on the Facebook. Bam. Make sure you answer all the questions. There's like 3 or 4 questions. Scroll down to get to the last question. You don't answer the last question, you don't come in. You know, I do that to protect my members. Okay? And, you know, so thanks for everybody that comes. Thank you. Smash that like on the way out if you didn't hit it already. Thank you guys for coming. And from Robin and me, we want to remind you to plant smiles.
Grow giggles.
And harvest the love, baby. Yeah. Be kind to one another. Love on each other. Recycle, reuse, repurpose. Give that wildlife a chance. And we will see you guys next time. God bless. And y'all have a wonderful week.
Good night, y'all.